Alright, welcome back to another episode of Poppy's Garage. I'm going to show you guys my latest project. I got a 67 Chevy body from Axial, and I painted it gunmetal. To me, a bright gunmetal. I think it turned out really good. On the driver's side, I had a little bit of overspray and it looks, well, you can see it, but that's okay. I got the mirrors put on and the windshield wipers. I really like this body. I think that they did a fantastic job on it. I got the front bumpers. It was a little bit of a trick to get the body to fit, but I got the TRX4 kit and I had to do a little bit of different stuff on it to get it to fit. I actually moved the body mounts from front to back, so I put the back on the front and the front on the back. And the front bumper mount, I had to drop it pretty close to all the way down to the bottom. I think it's only one notch up. I had to drill a hole, 2 holes in it to get it to drop farther. In the front, I had to cut the mount down a little bit, and I also drilled holes in it to get it to fit. The rock sliders, I did what my brother did and on his Bronco, and I actually turned them up a little bit to get them to fit the body, and so that way it's pretty snug. I really like the way this kit is. I took the diff lockers out and I put the Traxxas spool in there, which gets me full lockup front and rear. On the bumper mounts, I actually flipped the bumper mounts front to back, and I turned the back upside down in the front to raise up the front body, which gives me like a 75-degree approach angle. It's really extreme if you can see how close the front bumper is to the truck. In the back, I think I'm sitting at about 55 degrees, which is not the greatest, but I can't wait to actually get it out and trail it hard to see what it's gonna do. Let me get this body put back on here. A little tricky. Okay. Now let's get to the trail finder. Alright, the trail finder, it kind of, everything just, I don't know, I changed it all. I want it to look old. So I took and I sanded down some of the paint to make it look like I'm in the middle of body work. But I'm probably going to get some wash and see if I can't bring out, a little bit of an old patina on it. And I sanded down the front hood a little bit too. I used 400 grit sandpaper on it. I also took a Dremel and I dremeled out where rust would actually be. And I used the Tester's rust paint. I think it's a little bit, I don't know, it's definitely not the way a lot of the other guys would do it, but they've got a lot more experience than I do on it. And everything I do is kind of trial and error. But when I did the rust, I actually dremeled it, to where it looks like there's pits in it. And I did it on the corners of the body and the corner of the door on this side. And then on the other side, I did the same thing. I'm probably going to change the front fender a little bit, but I did both doors, front and back, and then the corner, which is where the rust actually happens on these. I'm gonna have to do something different with the rear bumper because it sits a lot lower than the front. I've got the number 2 trail finder bumper mount in the front, and then the number 1 in the back. I got to try to figure out how to get the number 2 in the back, which is going to be tricky. I put a body lift on it. It's pretty close to a 1/2 inch. And I just used some aluminum and I folded it up, and I got Phillips head screws to mount the body, which is a lot faster than the way that it was from the factory. This truck is pretty heavy. I think it's like 9.5 pounds, which is like really heavy. And you know, it's a little bit more top heavy, but the way this thing is with so much weight, it's pretty stable on the trail. So I've got those two, and now I've got 3 trucks. I don't think my wife's going to let me get another one for a while, but eventually I will. I'm not sure what I'm going to get, but I might get a rock bouncer. I just don't know yet. Maybe a Wraith. I don't know. We'll just cross that bridge when we come to it. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Poppy's Garage. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. You all have a wonderful day.